Hey guys, hi. This is Abhishek, Master Teacher of Physics at Vedantu. So what is going on, guys? What is going on? You and me both know that the class 10 date sheet is out, isn't it? Yes, and for that I have got something really special for all of you, which I believe that can make a drastic improvement in your scores. Guess what? What is that? That is nothing else but a chapter by chapter timetable for the subject physics, which can not only be applied on the physics subject but also can accommodate other subjects as well. Now, there are a few of you guys who have been studying for the entire year. Very good. I'm super proud of all of you guys. But there are a few of you guys like me who have been postponing each and every subject just because they thought it was pretty hard or because of various other reasons. But my dear students, since we are left with only 30 days, we can't afford all these things anymore. So, let's get it done. So let's get it started. This timetable has been broadly categorized into 3 basic categories. And these categories are dependent upon how your study approach is, because every student has a different way of studying. Many of you guys like to study all the subjects in a day, spending about 2 to 3 hours for every subject. So there is a plan for that category. That is, for every subject you'll be spending 2 hours per day. With this, you'll be able to complete the entire syllabus for every subject within 20 days with all the tests included. Then there are few students who would like to study in combinations. For example, they study a hard subject with a combination of a very easy subject, for example, English and physics. So for all those students, we have a category called as the 4-hour category, with the help of which you will be able to complete multiple subjects within 10 days of time, including all the tests. Now comes the most dedicated student who completes only one subject per day. So that is the 8-hour category, where the student will be studying only one subject throughout the day, and this will be able to help the student to complete the syllabus within just 5 days per subject, including all the tests. So which one do you start first? The 2-hour per day category? Let's get it done then. Let's attack the first chapter, light. As we all know, this chapter is basically divided into 2 parts. One is reflection and the other is refraction. Now let's focus on the reflection part. The reflection has 2 major categories or topics, starting right from the reflection itself. Let's spend one day where we try to understand the reflection and the ray diagrams of concave and convex mirrors. Again, only 2 hours in a day. Then let's focus on the concave and convex mirror numericals on the second day. After you have done this, we can jump onto the refraction part, where the first day you will be studying the refractive index, the glass slab concepts, and all the numericals related to refractive indexes. Moving on to the 4th day for the light chapter, you just have to cover the sign convention, the ray diagrams, and the numericals of the lenses. Now, as you can see, I have categorized all the parts of lenses in one single day because it would be very easy for you to understand the lens sign convention and ray diagrams as well as numericals, because you have spent enough amount of time during the mirrors time, isn't it? So mirrors and lenses are almost same to each other, so it will be very easy for you guys to understand the lens part if you understand mirrors very clearly. So within just 4 days, you have completed the entire light chapter, and on the 5th day, what are you going to do? You are going to put down a chapter test. You are going to do a chapter test which is available online in any of the websites for education. You can find them out. So after every chapter, we'll be doing the same thing. After completing the syllabus, we'll go forward and do a chapter test. So here, your light chapter ends. Moving on to day 6 now. Let's start the chapter which is a bit more easier than the light chapter, so that you get enough amount of break and you can study other hard subjects together with this. So let's target human eye and the colorful world. Similar to light chapter, this chapter can also be divided into 2 categories. One is the human eye part and the number 2 is colorful world part. Let's give one day for human eye completely, where you will try to finish all the defects of human eyes as well as the structure and the working of a human eye, which I think it's 2 hours per day is completely enough for that. Moving on to day 7 and day 8, you'll be covering 2 major concepts, actually 2 major parts of the colorful world part, which is nothing but you'll be covering atmospheric refraction, rainbow, dispersion of light and prism on day 7, followed by scattering of light and all the related questions related to it, and also the numericals of human eye and the colorful world on the day 8. So within just these 3 days, day 6, day 7 and day 8, you have covered the human eye part completely, focusing on these particular topics as mentioned above. And on day 9, you are going to attempt the Human Eye and the Colorful World Parts chapters test as well. So within 9 days, you have completed 2 chapters of physics, as well as you have studied all the other subjects as well. All this time, you must have observed that we are following the topic list of NCERT. We are doing that deliberately because CBSE syllabus is completely followed through NCERT only, isn't it? So in the same manner, let us try to target the chapter electricity. Might be the most scariest chapter for each and every one of you. Might be, it was for me, but I believe it is not the same for you. Coming up to the part of chapter electricity. Let's follow the NCERT again. The first day, that is your day 10, what you're going to do about it. On the day 10, you're going to cover up the concepts of Ohm's law, what is current, what is potential difference, and related numericals on the day 1. Let's keep it light. Now we'll go on to the day 2, where you're going to make it harder. You're going to enter into the concept of resistances, where you'll also do majority of the questions related to series and parallel resistances, also factors affecting the resistance part. So we completed that part as well. Now, as you can see, we have already covered the 70% of the chapter because that's all electricity is about. Moving on to day 12, you are going to cover the majority of the topics coming out from power and electrical energy, as well as heating effects of electric current. So within 3 days, your electricity is done. On the day 14, what are you going to do? You know what you're going to do. You're going to attempt a test again for electricity. You can take it from any other websites as possible. Also on Vedantu's website, you have plenty of chapter tests available. Moving on to day 14. Now you must be really happy that we have completed 3 chapters, but no, 2 more chapters are left, and 2 very crucial chapters because they are super easy, but also comes for a lot of marks. So moving on to magnetic effects of electric current. On day 14, what we're going to do? We're going to study about the magnetic field. We are also going to study about the properties of magnetic field lines, and the last part, that is nothing but magnetic field produced by all the different types of conductors. Let us try to finish these 3 topics within just 1 day. Cool? After that, let's move on to the major crux of this chapter. That's why we are going to dedicate 1 entire day for the concepts of DC motor along with Fleming's left-hand rule, as well as the force on a current carrying conductor. All these 3 topics are linked with each other. Let's try to do it on a single day. Moving on to the 3rd day of magnetic effects of electric current, you must have already guessed what we're going to do. That is nothing else but the concept of electromagnetic induction, followed by Fleming's right-hand rule, followed by the AC generator concepts. So these 3 days, we have completed the entire chapter. And on the final day, 5th day, you're obviously going to do the chapter test again. Moving on to day 18, your final day to complete your entire syllabus theoretically as well as numerically. So we have the final chapter, that is nothing but sources of energy, which I believe within 2 to 3 hours in a day you can complete the entire chapter, because you just have to read through the entire NCERT textbook and also cover up the exercise and the in-text questions. Now if you're able to do it, amazingly well done. If you're not able to do it, yeah. Moving on to the day 20. Now, it's not day 20, the 19th day, correct? On the 19th day, you will be attempting the source of energy test, which I think will last for about 1 hour or something so. On the 20th day, as promised guys, we have completed the entire syllabus. We have already done all the tests per chapter. So right now on 20th day, what are you going to do? You're going to go through a complete test, which will include all the questions, all the important questions from the board examinations in the test. And this question paper could be a mock test paper from any, authentic website, or it could be the sample paper released by CBSE in 2019. Okay guys, so right now we have understood how to complete the entire syllabus within just 20 days, along with the chapter test as well as the test for the entire syllabus. Now many of you guys might be very enthusiastic to do it within just 4 days or 5 days, or spending 4 hours per day or 8 hours per day. What you have to do about that right now? Remember, we were covering 2 hours per day for each and every topic, categorized everything. What you need to do is just to club 2 days together so that it becomes 4 hours per day, and within 1 day you're covering the topics for 2 days. If you want to make it 8 hours per day, you just have to club 4 days together, and that will become 8 hours per day completed in just 1 single day. That's all you have to do. So you guys must have realized by yourself that we can apply the same routine for each and every other subject, isn't it? We can divide each and every subject according to the chapter level and different topics, and try to understand that, okay, this topic could be covered in this particular 2 hours every day, or if you want to cover 2-3 subjects together, that possibility also exists, isn't it? Now, if you have understood very carefully this entire timetable, we have covered the entire syllabus of CBSE 10th within just 20 days. Now you have still 10 days left. Now this 10 days must be utilized if in case you have not completed your syllabus in 20 days, you can have a spillover in those 10 days, or those 10 days could be realized only and only or utilized only and only for the final revision and attempting as many as test papers as possible. Try to cover up all the sample papers, at least 2 to 3 years, previous year board questions, and also covering up all the mock test papers available online. So try to cover up all these things in the complete 30 days. I truly believe that this video was completely helpful and informative for each and every one of you and help you to drastically improve your scores in the CBSE 10 board examinations. Now, if you really like the video, hit that thumbs up button and also share this video as much as possible so that each and every 10th standard student out there can get the benefit out of it. And also, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, you're missing out a lot of information which could be really useful for each and every one of you. Also, please put down your amazing opinions and comments about this video on the comment section below. And until the next time guys, this is Abhishek signing off. Thank you so much.